The race of the section of Kazakhstan have always been considered one of the best having century or history of nomadism. Constant battles that develop their own methods of combat training, which has been adapted to the peculiarities of the climate and landscape, and now we're gonna talk about it. First, let's take a look at the tactic. Nomadic society are movable by nature, often moving in search of fresh pasture or water sources. Horses give the nomad significant adventure in terms of speed and mobility. Modern nomadic warriors could quickly cover a huge distance, which allowed them to easily raid, scout, or evade enemies. This mobility allowed the nomads to run tactic, ambushing their opponents and then retreating quickly. Furthermore, nomads used methods of guerrilla warfare, attacking individual detachments of Alexander the Great and avoiding major battles. Versatility was key as they could carry supplies and equipment, which made the nomad armies more self-sufficient and reduce their dependence on supply lines. This allowed the nomads to operate deep in enemy territory for a long time. An important tactic was the use of archers on horseback. They could shoot arrows while moving, which made them difficult targets for the enemy. Tribal alliances. Sometimes nomads formed alliances with other tribes, joining forces for joint attacks or defense. For example, a boy and his troops joined forces with the Auras.
According to the Chinese commanders themselves, the solely wilderness around there is nothing to profit from. Nomadic people known for their adaptability and resourcefulness, while the diverse area are found throughout history. And for example, they had bows and arrows, spears, swords, knives, shields, and so on.
In their struggle for independence from the Manchus, this alliance allowed them to conduct successful campaigns against the Marshals and maintain some degree of independence and autonomy. Psychological warfare. The nomads use psychological warfare tactics, including intimidation and strategic noise, to confuse enemies. Noise was used to create illusion. For the first time, according to legend, this method was employed by the founder of the Han state to intimidate the enemy. The nomads were very well acquainted with their territories and skillfully used them. In their fights against the Boy, the Chinese faced difficulties related to food supply, ignorance of the terrain, and harsh climate. According to the Chinese commandants themselves, there is slowly wonders around this nothing to profit from.
In the nomadic toolkit, spears and javelins were indispensable. These versatile weapons found utility in fishing, hunting, and the riders of war, whether thrown from a distance or used up close, they proved effective in a very variety of scenarios. So starting from the bows and arrows among the numeric tribes balls to as a vital instrument for both hunting and warfare, ranging from reflex bows to various other types, this weapon showcased their mastery in precision and range, allowing nomads to hunt game and engage in combat. Also in everyday life, nomads relied on daggers and knives as indispensable tools. These instruments, while invaluable in daily tasks, also served as weapons in close combat, emphasizing their dual-purpose nature of numeric equipment in terms of the shields. Nomadic orders utilize shields often round or oval in shape as a means to protect against projectiles and engage in close combat, and these defensive tools allowed them to stand their ground against bears' turrets. And the other thing.
So we conducted a survey among our peers to find out how well they know about the peculiarities of military art of our ancestors, and one answered correctly, which means they are pretty knowledgeable about the topic. And this is of course important, because the culture of nomads is really closely connected to the military art and lifestyle in conditions of mobility. Conclusions in was characterized by mobility, adaptability, and proficiency in horseback warfare, often employing hit and run tactics and mastery of the terrain to their advantage.